Brock Walker became a household name this past summer. Brock Walker was a Stanford University student convicted of rape and sentenced to 6 months in prison. It's been a long time coming, but this case and the result of it showed the world that we need to handle sexual assault cases in a different way. But what about Texas Tech? How can we do better as a community to respect and protect each other from these kinds of crimes? I believe we can alter the way colleges, specifically Texas Tech, deals with issues of sexual violence through the acknowledgement of the risks that we all face as college students, the action we can all take to better protect ourselves and each other, and the changes we can make in our own community. The world is a dangerous place, but statistics show that it might be even more dangerous for college students. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 women have either experienced a completed or attempted rape in her lifetime. If you're a female college student, this risk ups about 3 times if you're between the age ranges of 18 to 24. But this doesn't just affect women, this affects men as well. Statistics show that 1 in 10 rape victims are men. This issue affects us all. So the knowledge of statistics are important, and the knowledge of the statutes that are in place to protect us from these kinds of crimes are also important. In 2013, a former Texas Tech student said in a statement regarding her assault, "I regret having reported my rape. My situation could have turned out differently had there been somewhere to go, someone to stand up for me, and someone to walk me through the process of reporting my rape and what to do afterwards." Luckily, statutes like Title IX already existed while this case was in progress, but more legislation has been in place since then. Title IX is defined as a federal law, part of the Education Act of 1972, that prohibits discrimination based on sex in any federally funded institution. Another kind of legislation that protects against sexual assault is the Reauthorization of Violence Against Women Act of 2013. This act expanded the definition of sexual assault to things like dating violence and stalking, in addition to requiring university faculty and students to receive training on sexual assault prevention. Texas Tech has also enacted different kinds of sexual assault courses, like Alcohol EDU in Haven. The Risk Intervention and Safety Education Organization, or RISE, is a Texas Tech department dealing specifically with sexual assault awareness. They not only provide Alcohol EDU and Haven courses, but other resources like the Texas Tech Crisis Hotline, providing a safer campus for us all. So it's good to know the stats, but it's even more important to take them to heart and to do something about them. While there's no foolproof way to prevent a dangerous situation, there are some pretty easy ways to protect yourself just in everyday life. One way is to carry pepper spray. It's very easy and convenient to find. I found mine at Market Street. You can attach it to your keys and it easily fits in a purse or in a pocket. It might seem like an extreme thing to carry a weapon with you at all times, but you never know when you might need it or when you might need to defend yourself from a dangerous situation. A second way you can protect yourself is to not walk alone at night. Might seem unavoidable at some times because classes run late, especially during the winter time when it gets dark earlier. And even when Texas Tech doesn't really provide parking for students on campus, it's really easy to walk and just think that you'll be fine. It's only like a short walk to your dorm. But trying to find a walking buddy or finding a way to drive to any place that you might have to walk alone at night is a great way to protect yourself. A third way to protect yourself and your friends is to don't let your friends go home with people that they don't know. It's just unsafe. No matter how drunk you are or how drunk your friends are, it's never a good idea to let them or yourself go home with people that they don't know. So little things to prevent dangerous situations can be very helpful, but that is not what is going to change the culture of violence and sexual assault on many college campuses. The real change must be made in the way we see and respect each other. It seems like a big undertaking to change the attitude of an entire college campus, but there are tangible ways that we can make this put into effect. The first way is access to law enforcement. I'm sure we've all seen the blue light phone stations that allow students who might feel uncomfortable during what might be a potentially dangerous situation to contact campus police. But just off the top of my head, I can't think of one place where I know for sure that there is a blue light. One way we can make this a tangible resource is by enacting to put more blue lights on campus so that students can feel safer whenever they're walking alone. A second way is availability of resources. I know we could enact a pickup service for students who don't want to walk alone in the dark. I know that UT has one that sometimes Matthew McConaughey likes to visit his alma mater and pick up students from the library or wherever they are on campus. So I think if Matthew McConaughey can make time for this, Cliff Kingsbury can too. A third way is a more comprehensive understanding of sexual assault and the effects that facilitate this change in attitude. Tech offers the basic mandatory courses about sexual assault and prevention, but we can always do more. We can offer seminars teaching the signs of sexual assault and what to do when we see them. This can help keep ourselves and our friends safer. We can offer more counseling to victims and make them feel like this is a more comfortable and safe environment to come forward about their problems. We can send information about sexual assault and what to do about it if we hear about it or experience it through mass communication methods like email or text messages. We can make mandatory assault courses not just a one-time thing that we only have to do when we're about to enter tech for our freshman year, because the threat of sexual assault doesn't just go away once we finish the Haven course. We can't be afraid to talk about sexual assault because it's uncomfortable. We have to talk about sexual assault because it is uncomfortable. So in conclusion, Texas Tech is not just a university, it's a family too. We need to acknowledge the risk, take necessary actions, and implement significant changes so that there will never be a Brock Walker on our campus. I encourage you all to contact RISE and gather information about sexual assault prevention and how to care for victims, because you just might know one. 1 in 6, 1 in 10.